All right, guys, hit that one pretty well. How do we start the downswing and get into the slot? Everybody wants to get in the slot. That ensures that your club is going to be delivered squarely to the golf ball with a lot of power. So the way we're going to think of the slot is when I'm coming in my downswing, and the big piece of this is getting the camera lined up correctly. So I want to line up the camera behind my body, shooting through my toes and then out to my distance, out to the target in the distance. If my camera's set up to where it's too far this way or it's too far that way, it's not going to be lined up to where I can really see if the club's in the slot or not. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and have this club working down my forearm in the downswing. So this club shaft is coming through my forearm and the club head will be kind of traveling through my forearm. And I'm going in slow motion here, so I'm not sure I have this exactly right. But that should be basically traveling down through my forearm into the release through the ball. And that ensures that I'm coming into the ball correctly. Now if I'm steep, if my club shaft is over top of my forearm, that would be kind of an over the top type move. Or some people get steep and they kind of back up out of it. If you're losing your posture, that's very common. You're getting steep and then having to move back out of the way. Because if I was steep and then I just kept on going down, I would just slam the club into the ground. So I got to back up out of it to create space. That would be too steep. It would also be an over the top kind of slice would be too steep this way. If I'm too shallow or underneath, now my club's getting stuck in under, I'm blocking out to the right, or I'm hitting some of those snap hooks that really start to turn over, or you just miss them a mile out that way. So either way, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble. So the first key is, what starts our downswing? What's a good visual to start our downswing that we can actually take out to the range? And then second, what's a good way to feel how I get into the slot? So to start the downswing, the thing that I would recommend, you grab this tee so I can set up another ball. I would recommend feeling like you have a 2,000-pound concrete ball or steel ball, and it's the center of your hips is the middle of that ball, so it's just kind of wrapped around your body. And as I start this downswing, I'm going to feel like I do that with my lower body. My legs and my hips are going to get that ball starting to kind of rotate. Now you imagine a 2,000-pound ball, I'm not going to be able to rotate that very fast. I'm just talking about building momentum. The lower body, the big pieces, the big muscles of your body create momentum in the swing so that my arms and hands and club can add speed to that. They can add the snap at the end of the momentum. So feel like in your downswing, I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit of a weight shift to the left, start that ball rotating, and then at that point I'm gonna be in the slot and I can go ahead and release my hands and arms, get a lot of that snap and that speed. So now how do we feel like we're in the slot? Well, I got a great little drill for you. If I go ahead and set up my club like I'm gonna swing it like a baseball bat, if I set it up in front of my right shoulder, I'll try to get it lined up as well as I can with the camera. This left arm is going to be nice and straight. It's going to look like that. My left wrist is going to be flat or even a little bit bowed. And then my club face, my club head, or let's talk about the right arm first. My right elbow is going to be pointing up. My back of my elbow is going to be pointing toward my hip. My palm is going to be up toward the sky like that. Now from there, this club is going to be down below that a little bit. So if I'm swinging this baseball bat, it's dropping below it slightly and then kicking up square. So it's slightly below that. Now you notice if I go this way and I get into that position, slightly below with my club head, as I tilt forward, now that's in the slot. I'm perfectly on line with my forearm. So again, it's about right shoulder height. My hands are just below my shoulder if I had to get really technical with it. This club is going to dip down about, let's call it 10 degrees. My right arm is up, and then from there I'm going to hinge forward, and now I'm in this position where I would have a bunch of lag and my club's coming down in the slot. So the way I'm going to practice this is I'm going to make 4 or 5 swings, first working on momentum. Imagine that big ball around my hips, it has a bunch of weight, so once I get that momentum going, I can add to that with my hands and arms. So I'm just going to do a couple little practice swings, feeling that, then swinging on through. After I've done about 5 of those, now I'm going to do the one where I get in the slot here. Get in that same position. I'm going to hinge forward with my hips. You'll notice as I start to videotape from down the line, that's about where it needs to be as far as coming into the slot. In slow motion, it may not be perfect there, but we get the idea. 5 or 6 of those swings, and then I'm going to ready to put those 2 pieces together and get a good momentum, start the downswing in the right way, and then be in the slot where I can go ahead and rip this golf ball. There we go, guys. Work on starting the downswing the right way, getting in the slot. You're going to play some great golf. All right guys, hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an awesome bonus for you. We all want lots of lag in our golf swing. It's so crucial to have tons of lag to be able to get that high club head speed and to be able to drive it past your friends. I'm gonna play a preview from one of my most important golf lag videos. If you're on a desktop device, you can go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you go ahead and click the iCard and you're gonna get instant access to that video. Plus, you're gonna get instant access to 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Good luck to you guys. Go out there and rip the ball. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see, and in this drill what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, you look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.